Okay, we found her. It's a good thing. The computer lady has joined us again to tell us that we are recording in progress. So here we go. Here we go. The Unlucky Bunch headed out from the underground Elven City in our last session, being led by one of the monks of the site. Their path brought them to a small, sort of debris-choked area that was definitely had all of the trappings of war zone. Uh, the monk, once he guided you there, departed, had other duties that he needed to perform. The promises of Underhouse, what the leaders of the Undergrove call themselves, were true. There was a very thin team of guards lurking about this area. That team of guards was, let's say, eliminated because apparently the people that stayed behind on the when everyone else was distracted and pulled away to missions were not the top-notch people.
And then
Uh,
they had one giant like rose monster thing.
What in
yes,
the definitely not man-made horrors well within our comprehension was that?
so you discovered the flower beast, and consequently dispatched it immediately. Um, so now in the aftermath of that fight, holding on to a random key that someone discovered whilst uh, checking out the fallen foes. I presume you're ready for more. The question
Uh,
is, what now?
Thea needs to not be a glow stick.
Oh, that's right. You got hit with that attack.
Yeah.
Glow in the dark.
Reminder, you all saw with the sight that Thea now glows crystal clear bright because I got too close to the rose monster.
Mm.
I forgot about that. It's a good thing you remembered.
I
Is
didn't
that what
want you
that
to
really big
remember.
aura is on screen?
Uh,
Uh,
I think
no,
the well, I think one of those is the paladin aura because I think
Oh,
it's
okay.
attached to.
yeah.
Hold on. Yep, that is attached
That
to. That's
that is
attached to
my
Dunban.
aura of superness.
Right, yeah, that's from your okay, I got it. Yep.
There are.
No, my close contact was when I got up close and personal to stab with the
Yeah.
daggers.
Yes, my 30-foot radius of +1 armor class.
Yep.
Yes, which is immensely appreciated.
Hey, that's what we do. We throw pluses around.
I think I think everybody except El I think everybody except Elsbeth and Thea have an aura or some kind of AoE effect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Your paladin has an
that's
aura.
right. That's what that was. Okay.
I drop AoEs on people.
Yeah, that is true. That is distinctively very true. Um,
I
so are
believe
we do we think we
So,
should finish exploring this area before we go inside, or just to make sure we don't get snuck up on, or
Well, I definitely want to peek around that barricade we snuck by,
Yes.
and I don't want to do it alone.
yeah, seconded. I figure it would be better to try and not get surprised.
Exactly.
which
we just
which
gotta be quick
area?
because the distraction only lasts so long.
The if you remember to get to this area, we had to sneak in that area exactly. I want to check back back here.
Ah, okay. Back there. That is going to require. I'm not gonna have you move around. I'm gonna have you just as you walk through the rubble on in either direction. Um, what
I
you
was gonna say-
find, is this is one of the departure lanes,
Hmm.
essentially, heading out of the area. There is another as you poke around. So let me show you. Essentially, this is just rubble. There are a couple of little, as you're looking around, there are a couple of little hidey spot kind of places that don't really lead anywhere, but there is another exit out toward this bottom corner down here.
Okay. But we need to head toward the torchlight.
So your goal is essentially up in here.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I think it's fair to say that once we can confirm we're not going to get ambushed from behind, once we basically put ourselves in that corridor, we're not going to get cut off from the rear with reinforcements. Yeah.
As a
think it's-
thing, before we move along, is there anything you can get out of that nasty little flower that might help us to, I don't know, make people glow in the dark like Thea does?
That's a very good thought. I'm gonna check Thea over real quick. Is the glow in the dark a result of something corporeal or is it a magical effect? Like is
As
she
you're
covered?
looking at it, give me a nature roll.
Hell yeah.
Hells yeah.
Oh good. We're off to a good start today. 25.
Oh,
You start to examine Thea, and you have this moment where you go, "Oh dear," because what you realize is that it's not it's not really a magical effect. It kind of is, but essentially in the same way that you use your spores for necrotic damage, she's coated in whatever weird pollen blew out of this thing's head. And it becomes down to you have to basically douse her or wash her off in order to make this thing go away. And even then, you're not sure it will work.
All right, Fan, time to make it rain.
I was gonna say, Thea, hold still. Actually, do I hold on?
We were making those jokes earlier.
Wait, I have a
Yeah,
thing.
what-
Hold on.
Does anybody
I
have
have prestigion. I do.
prestidigitation?
I got it.
Yep.
I can't say it, but I got it.
Prestidigitation.
Listen, saying it is half the battle.
Just think you're a New Yorker.
Oh, Joe.
Prestidigit. Prestidigitation. That's the easiest way to remember it.
Prestidigitation.
See,
Got
you
it.
By George, I think she's got it.
Okay.
Lovely.
Well, the good news is prestidigitation.
Woo!
All right, tonight's episode must be called Prestidig what?
Brought to you by the letter P.
Yes, use prestidig. Use the fucking spell
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, use that thing.
Well worth it.
because the alternative is going to be
Time
you're getting a
consuming.
shower.
Yeah, I have it. And it's a free one for me.
Cantrip, I hope so.
There you go.
Well, because it's on my Pact of Tones.
Comes
And
with pets.
All right. So I presume that once you've gotten yourself all squared away with that, that you're going to head in, you're going to start moving in towards that torchlit area.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Is there any way to grab that pollen from that thing to use as a
I got
early
glass eye.
warning?
We don't have the time.
Yeah, harvesting it and weaponizing it, I think we've got to use the fact that they don't know we're here, which means every second we stand here preparing is a second they have to go, hey, we should go check on Ed. He was guarding the South Passage.
Yeah. DM
So
on
so
our-
basically, we shouldn't cut off its flower top and run around with it in front of us, going, "Hi, don't pay any attention to me."
No,
Yeah.
no, no. But
Okay.
DM, on the way out, I am gonna basically I am gonna take some of the pollen off of either Thea or off the corpse. Because
Okay.
I can absolutely see that being not a huge sample or anything, just enough to be useful.
Okay.
Let's
I have,
go.
So who's
you
gonna take it all?
go right ahead and do that.
What was our
I'm
marching order?
Oh God, who knows?
gonna mark that as a
Well, I was going to say,
Give
since
us a moment. So here's the other thing. When I signed on, I think a bunch of you were already in here.
Probably.
So here's the thing. That makes it really hard for me to switch out maps and work on stuff while you're sitting there.
I wasn't
Oh.
sitting there. I had just logged on and then minimized the window. So sorry about that.
I
No,
logged
it's
in and
okay.
switched windows. Yeah,
Just
I
as
don't
I
ever
had that
knew
close
moment
the
where I was
window.
what
like,
you were doing.
Yeah.
I had that
My
moment
window
where I was
never
like,
closes.
wait a minute.
they're gonna see the shit I'm working on.
I didn't see a blue dragon tonight, I promise.
That's
No, it
very
was green.
specific.
No, adult male blue dragon would be specific.
With a strange cross pattern on like its forehead.
Okay.
And numcrocs on each hand.
Nameplate. Balthazar the Scorched Dread.
There. All right. So I have some things I clearly should have gotten ahead of.
Okay.
Um, whilst I'm sort of plunking away at this sort of thing, let me get you oriented towards as you move in, and I won't force everyone to be at that spot. Let's get your people to be about the right size. And let's get the auras back out there.
Whoop.
So we were using that for
There
dungeon,
you
I
go.
believe.
Yep.
What was your radius on that?
30 foot.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know what somebody was thinking when they came up with that. That's,
That's pretty big.
may as well throw me at the front of the, elven army and just say, let's go have some fun.
Hey, I mean, I'm not complaining. I think the 30-foot radius is perfectly cool. But that's only because I otherwise have a 16 AC and then
Well, and you're a backliner, so therefore 30 feet is helpful because that's how far you can stand away from him and still be effective.
I flex between backline and front line.
Yeah, depending on the day and what we're fighting, sure.
Depending on the day, what we're fighting, and which set of health pools I get to use that day.
Okay. So I think I have you set up to do that.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, Glurp.
Where the fuck did all of that go?
And mine is just 10 feet for saving throws, so keep that in mind whenever you're making a save. If you're within 10 feet of me, you get +3. Oh,
That
no,
two
take that
squares?
back, +4.
What's your radius as then?
My radius is nowhere near as large as Dundon's. Let me do that.
Yours
10
was
feet?
10
Genetics,
foot.
man. It's all genetics.
Yep, it's a 10-foot radius.
Okay. So that should, there you go. You're attached now. Hooray. All right.
Is each square 5 feet? Or
About approximately.
Close enough for government work.
I mean, at least something about my dwarf is big.
Yeah, your damage.
Okay, there you go. Now we've got you reset. You're on the map. You've got your ranges about you. As you come into the area, you realize that the place where you came from really is just a debris choked mess. But when you come in here, it's much more clean, neat, orderly. It is cut and clean stone. So it actually reaches a point where you transition from the debris and essentially what looks like a cave floor into an area that is this clean thing. And the difference really is stark. It's almost as if it was, say, planned. That the debris would be out there to slow others down. If that makes sense.
Does it look like the outdoor, like the other section, used to look like this? And it just kind of was destroyed over time?
Or does this look like it's another situation where it wasn't here originally? It's not. This was built into the caves and then made to look nice, like the way the dwarves work? Or is this something that got transposed here from somewhere else?
This definitely has the look of transposition.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay.
And it does the stairs in front of you. It's not a huge drop in terms of how far down it goes. But it is a drop. So this is going down in terms of, like, if you were to think of low points for water or things like that, this is definitely a much lower area.
So this would be a waterfall if there was water flowing from behind us.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're going down.
Don't yell timber.
I was about to make that line.
Of course not. There's no wood here.
There's a cat.
There is a cat who's currently not bothering me, so I'm taking that as the win.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, she's currently asleep.
Yay.
But I
along.
Uh-oh, Thea's on the move.
I see 5 doors. I'm sure Thea has seen them forever ago and wants to
Yeah, and I
poke them and prod them and
call them George.
But I'll check for traps.
I will love it and hugged it and called it George.
We check for traps. We love it.
Checking for traps.
Okay, so if you are going to say and or do that, where are you going to check for traps? How are you going to check for traps? Give me something. As you move forward, you start to see that this place does have weird little
I was
bump
actually
sides.
just clocking that.
Alcove-ish type stuff.
Thea's going to start doing her investigation and is going to actually use greedy to gain advantage on my investigation.
Okay. Give me a roll for each of the alcoves.
All right. 30 for the first one. No, 19. No, 19 plus 11.
it's 30.
Yes,
Good
30.
Lord. You don't even need to roll for the rest of them. 30.
One away from a crit.
You
Well,
you
I did originally have a 16, so it did go up for the advantage that I had.
you get in there and you're like, nah. These things are just like decorations used to stand here, kind of a thing.
They
You're
put
like,
vases
nope,
there.
nobody, nope. These
Or
are
pretentious guards, yeah.
big, fat, nothing spaces. And
Huzzah.
you're right, it could have been a guard, but no, nothing there.
It's the sort of thing where you put a bust on a pedestal.
Mm-hmm. All right. I see doors.
Okay, hold on. Before we go in here,
Yeah.
the goal is to kill these high-value individuals above
Loot
all
and pillage
else.
them all.
Yeah, preferably my dad first, but I know that won't be easy.
Your enthusiasm for fratricide mildly concerning, but entirely understandable. in
Yeah,
this
you should see my
context.
mother. We'll talk then.
Patricide, not fratricide.
Oh, that's right, patricide.
Yeah.
Your proclivity for fraternization.
So, on one hand, we could go door to door trying to find as much loot as possible, but that would risk them getting away. I am a proponent of kill them first, loot second.
Yeah, mine is
Yeah.
peak, empty, move. Peak, empty, move. And
Okay.
Dunnan, if you can mirror me, I'll take left wall, you take right wall.
Hey, why not?
I'll be on standby at the stairs for range.
Well, you and Azathan. I think you basically mirror us, so we can put Azathan behind Dundon. Yeah, exactly.
Following me,
And
good
then
sir.
and then Thea in front.
Which is a really weird position for the rogue to be in, but
But she's got the ability to see invisible better than we do. At the moment.
Yeah.
Once
and
we
my
know we
dagger.
might need it, you guys can go hot. She can stay hot.
Yeah.
I can
and
see
Thea
it.
does
Wait a
have
minute.
her daggers. Thea does have her daggers.
I have
Or at least
I have
one
see
of them.
invisibility
As a spell?
from a crystal that's
Oh.
imbued in my staff. I
Oh,
used
okay.
it.
Well, then shoot, get in front of me. Yeah, and then Thea, you can go ahead and take right wall with Dundon, and we'll put
Hey,
Elspeth in the
there
back.
you
That
Down
works.
center.
Look at this.
Yeah, the only person who'd shown me they could do that was I saw Thea do it, and I'm like, well, shoot, you're in front then, because I can't see
Well,
diddly.
to be fair, that staff's been out of commission for a while.
It was
That's
out of
true.
commission, and I didn't have it for the first fight. I only used it at the very end of our last fight to reveal a couple last Dwergar.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
so-
hey, I just got here, you know?
Yeah, it's like this is the first time it's actually been used since I got it. I actually have to DM. Do you know if that see invisibility is based off the actual spell or something else?
Based off the spell.
All right, I'm gonna double check to see how long that lasts.
Yeah, that's got a time limit, and my gut's saying 10 minutes or an hour.
An hour.
We'll
Okay.
have to move quickly.
Yeah, so as long as we don't, micromanage this.
Yeah, it's an hour, and I've got a spare use of it. So
Okay.
I'm sorry, I've got 2 spare uses of it. So
Even better.
Question: Are these invisible people? Like, if we splatter them with one of their, cohort's blood, will they become like?
we'll see the blood.
Yeah, I was gonna say they did
We'll see
when
the
we
blood
hit them.
on them. We won't
Yeah.
necessarily, but we'll know where they are.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly what
Yeah.
happened out in the fight previously.
Exactly.
Is
Okay,
after-
just
yeah,
refreshing the gray
Yeah.
cells that are a little.
that's fine.
Yeah. We're gonna.
Let's go kill something.
All right. Is there a gap under this? I'll take first look for these doors. Is there like a gap under the door? Take a look through, or
It's
look
not.
through the keyhole.
It's not really enough to get you. You could certainly glance. You could certainly try to peek through there, but it's not enough to get you a real sense of what's going on back there.
Okay.
Also, check for traps before you start looking in keyholes.
That's reasonable and valid. Instead, I'm just going to try and listen through the door.
Give me a
Yeah,
listen
since
roll.
Yeah, and since everybody's being quiet, I'll do a perception check as well.
Perception. That's
Yeah.
hold on.
Get a
24.
ring.
Perception.
16.
There is really nothing going on
All
Okay.
is quiet. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's quiet.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
I'll move to the next door. Take a
Okay.
listen. That is a 12.
Same,
Okay.
super quiet.
I'm just
Here.
going to signal.
Are we
Okay.
not going into the rooms and
So
peeking into them?
the idea is listen first. If you hear something, we know we have to go in.
Right.
Because that means that there are reinforcements that can cut us off.
Gotcha.
But nothing. I didn't hear anything in these two rooms.
I
The
think I'm gonna
idea is
go.
to XCOM this. It's move in increments to see what we need to see to reach our objective within a set time frame.
So, Thea, did you check either of these two doors?
I checked the first one. Sorry, let me go back. That is you. Hold on. What is my modifier for check for traps? I got a 17.
Super quiet in there.
Can I check this one?
Okay.
Yeah,
We are.
14.
Also super quiet. Nothing going on.
Okay. I will check the large door at the end of the corridor.
Okay, you're
I should-
listening again.
Yep. I should spare these natural 20s for a later time.
Is that what you got there?
Yes.
Okay.
For a total of 28.
You definitely do hear that there is something. It's distant. Like you are on point. You're super focused. So that's part of your like you're like, oh, there's something going on there, but it's distant enough that like
So sound from that direction, but not necessarily the next room. Could be the room
Right.
beyond the room beyond the room.
so part of it sounds weirdly enough like leaves moving, which is just doesn't fit.
We fought things that sound like leaves.
But didn't we? Yeah, wasn't this potentially an undergrove, hence trees?
This was not connected directly to where.
Yeah.
But we could be
on-
hearing things from the grove echoing through the corridors that we're going down. That's all.
There is a section of maybe I don't know. Because I remember us looking at the map and there was a distinctive section that had a tree marked out, but we're not
No,
anywhere
we shouldn't
near
be
where
near
was.
that yet.
But I don't know if that's just general demarcation or whatever. I will pass on that I hear something, but it's not immediately on the other side of this door to the rest.
Okay.
And I will prep.
And then with hand signals, at that point, once you give me that information, then we should check these doors.
Yeah.
4 of us, 1 at each door. Astan, you stay where you are. So each of us take a door. I'm already at mine.
Same.
I just moved to one.
Yep.
We are
Eh.
being tactical because we are fucking terrified.
One door at a time in the
Yes.
event that we run into something.
But my point is that we're at the doors in case something else comes out. We get the potential for surprise if it's not the door that somebody has entered. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
And bow on back, staff out. Still looking like a staff, not looking like a halberd yet.
He has got those daggers.
Mm-hmm.
Got the hammer ready.
All right.
All right. Open your
We'll
doors.
No, let's start with tissue paper and sadness.
One
Okay.
at a time.
Yeah.
Gently twist the knob and open the door to peek in.
Okay. Let me.
Congratulations, you found the broom closet.
Well,
Now, I imagine there's a cannon on the other side. I'm about to have my head completely blown off.
no, actually, as you open it up, it really opens into an area that you get the impression that this is like one is in and one is out kind of
Oh,
a feel.
Gotcha. So
Dining hall.
I point to Thea then. You should check yours next.
Okie dokie. Open it up.
Yours is locked.
Oh,
So
we're
what do you
gonna go
do?
at it. We are going to check for trap, and
Thank
then we're
you.
going to tinker.
I want you to know the absolute childlike glee.
you just lit up.
Did I?
You did.
Yes,
Yes.
you did. It's locked.
I haven't been able to tinker with things in a while.
No, I know.
Have at it.
No.
Do that voodoo that you do so well.
How's a 27 do?
Sorry, my computer just did a stupid thing in the middle of my screen. So if everything goes away in a sudden blip, be
Technical difficulties.
technical
Or
difficulties.
yeah.
We're hoping that it doesn't, but it just
Or if Clippy
thing.
shows up on the screen and asks us if we want a tutorial.
It's actually really easy to pop this lock.
I'd hope so, especially with the 20 plus.
You open it up, and what you see is, again, this is an in and out sort of arrangement. But directly to the front are a series of essentially barred gates.
Open or closed?
Interesting.
Or like you mean like just straight gates? There's no opening to get in between them.
It's essentially there's like a padlock thing. This is like a gate that you can't, like a locked cage gate that you can't get into.
Weird.
Theo wants to do an investigation and investigate that gate.
Oh, so you could see through them. Let me slide this out of the way. You could see through them to an extent. And again, this has the look of sort of an official in and out kind of area.
This is almost like a desk, like with check-ins and stuff.
So if you had to guess, people walk in, something of value might be exchanged, then they walk out.
Okay.
Something to check later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got people distracted. The people that are normally here are out on the front lines right now. Let's keep moving.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
And with that, I will open my door.
Yep.
Your door does open without a problem. There's an area, as you move in, you see there's a pillar in the middle, area left and right, that you
Okay.
can see into. And this starts to look like it is an expanding version sort of your earlier area. It's like there's columns holding things up, but now you're starting to see that this area is growing. It looks to be growing both left, right, and center.
Okay, this is huge.
But
Okay.
it is
Is this-
still eerily quiet.
Does this have the vibe of when that first place we visited, that first grove, where we ended up getting through it through
The Temple of the Willing?
no, it was after the Temple of the Willing.
Was it in the
No.
middle? Was it in Bumblefuck Nowhere?
Yes.
Cult Town?
I didn't even have to make that part of the world up. It just arrived.
Poor Eric. He put so much effort into all of this. Like, yeah, it's got a name for a very specific reason. The world building is there, and we're just like, yeah, what's that bumblefuck nowhere place?
And there's a bread shortage,
Yeah, there's a grain shortage.
a grain shortage.
What are we gonna do about the grain shortage?
I believe the other place that you're attempting to reference is the one that you found in the behind the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. that chimera.
Oh, that one.
And this does have a little bit of that vibe to it. Now that you sort of put it together, you're like, yeah, actually, this sort of otherworldly crashed here kind of feel to it, but it's definitely not the same. This has a decidedly more crimson feel to the whole thing.
Mm. If it weren't so evil and culty, normally my vibe, but also, okay, this splits off in two directions.
Well, there is a staircase directly ahead of you as well.
Oh shit, there's a staircase there. I didn't see that.
Yes.
Okay, do we just run down the center and assume that the most important people will be in the far back?
I point out Dundon and I are going to go down to see where the next place leads that we can't see yet, and then come back. That's 30 feet.
Gonna hit the wings.
Makes
Blast
sense.
to there and peek.
Thea's just gonna watch the stairs.
Pikachu.
Look at
Okay.
us being rational and tactical
Ooh,
about things.
something doesn't look welcoming down my side.
Curtains.
It's curtains.
Yeah,
Iron
split.
literally.
That's definitely
But the
that's definitely a
fabric.
thing that a dwarf would find not welcoming.
Your interior decor insults me.
The fabric and the pattern are just awful.
There's curtains up my way too. I'm sensing symmetry.
While they're doing that scout run, I'm gonna do a sight check, see if there's any flowing energies I need to worry about.
How dare you use art
Okay.
though?
Your whole vibe is straight ahead. There is something there. There is
Okay.
glow. There is something going on.
Alright. Gonna drop the sight and sort of try and quietly signal to the other two and just point. Point the forehead, point up there.
Okay. Let's go.
Everybody was moving.
Okay, so as you move forward, you do see left and right, and then
Huzzah!
realize that the
What do you-
leaves and such that you heard
Here's the thing.
were
Oh.
this area.
Oh,
Oh, it looks like. Yeah.
I am.
There's a massive area here of vibrant but wholly unnatural flowers, mushrooms, shrubs. It's something here is very weird.
Is
And
this kind of like the tomb looking area that was destroyed? Maybe I'm.
No, he's going back to when we fought the salad,
Yes.
the myconoids.
yes.
So a little bit, but this decidedly looks like it has been tinkered with.
Oh,
It's
yay.
more of like those butterfly.
I was gonna say,
that
could thi-
butterfly room.
That, and could this have become, or could this have been where our friend at the front gate was?
Mm,
Do any of these things look
Oh,
like those
yeah.
creations?
mm.
Are they abominable plants then?
Well, so yes, in fact, one of them does.
Let's not bother them.
I don't like that
Oh
introduction.
shit, there it is. I see it now.
Yeah.
And then the stairs on either side that I see at the far end, those lead up on the
Yes.
raised platforms.
So, what vision? I presume none of you have lights.
No, we're all dark vision.
Nope,
What's
we
your
are running
distance
dark.
on that?
60.
Goggles of night.
I believe.
Yeah, 60 foot dark vision.
Yes, I can't even see that
60
far.
feet, yeah.
Yeah, I can see in darkness up to 60.
All right, so I'm going to just give you basically the room, but you can't quite see what's on the other edge. You can hear
Mm-hmm.
that there are things going on. There is movement.
Mhm.
Are there voices?
There's a little bit of mumbling,
Incantation.
but nothing more than that. Sort of that whole talking to yourself feel.
Oh. Is that thing in the middle like full of liquid, or is that some kind of
Indeed,
ethereal
it
portal?
is liquid, and Azathan, you recognize it looks a lot like that other pool.
Yep, I was going to say that looks exactly like the thing that totally is not attached to me at any point.
As a thing.
I have done nothing wrong.
Do we all need to have a little come together?
I'm
I've
thinking,
I have
as a
never
fan,
done
I'm thinking we're sending you in there to be able to commune with your buddies. Does that sound like a plan?
I think that sounds like a plan. Whether or not is a good or a bad plan,
I
we'll
did
leave
not
that
put a
to the
value
fates.
judge. Yeah, I didn't put a value judgment on it. I just said it's a plan
I think
because you might be able to arrange safe passage with your
Pin a
myconoid friend
tail
right
on it
here.
and call it a weasel. Yeah, is that thing on your hand like plantish, or is that just like
I don't. I'm pretty sure nobody aside from
Thea.
Thea knows about it quite yet.
well, we
'Cause
know
that
that
has been
something's up with your hand. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah, you know that everyone else aside from Thea knows that I have been hiding and favoring it, but not quite why. I'm going to take a prompt here. It's stay here a moment.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Oh,
This won't hurt a bit.
Don't worry.
he's
I'll
just
be
gonna
gentle.
he's just gonna go use the bathroom.
Yeah,
Um,
the check's in the mail. And other great lies.
Yes.
don't worry. I'll be gentle. Um,
Dundon, you should scoot up a little bit.
Shaking the dew off of your lily. I mean, I don't know what you're doing here.
Wow.
Yes, we should be standing in the entryway there, Dundon. You and I can run in support if needed.
I'm gonna go talk with some mushrooms. I'll be right back. And I'm going to as stealthily
Disappear.
as stealthily as I can make my way up to the pool. Just kind of take my hand out of the robes, remove the glove, take a look at the stuff, the mycelium and such that had kind of ingrained itself into my flesh at this point. Has that gotten more aggressive, or
It has sort of become a lot more integrated.
okay? It is involved. Cool.
So you've got a little something going on there, but it's not nearly as visible. It's not nearly as dramatic as it was before. It seems to have sort of sunk in.
Your wording on that, your explicit choice of wording there, Eric. All right. I am going to reach out because I'm not getting any immediate connection with the pool here just by proximity, right?
Not by proximity, no.
Okay. I'm going to reach out and just place my hand on the top of the surface of the water
Okay.
and try and reach out to establish that connection.
You get a riot of images. This area, this place is chaos. There are
Okay.
so many conflicting things going on here, and whereas you had sort of this connection before where you could see things that were happening, you're getting images here that you don't understand.
Okay.
There's stuff that's colliding together, that's splicing, that's coming apart. There are things that you're thinking to yourself, who would do such a thing? And then that vision goes away, and then another one falls into its place, and it's just as weird and confusing.
Okay. At peril of losing my mind, I'm going to remove my hand from the water.
Okay.
Um, actually, no. I'm going to make a dubious decision.
Dear.
I'm going to put my hand back into the water.
Okay.
I need more information. I'm going to delve deeper.
Are we able to see things moving around in the room from where, like, say I'm standing, like that flower that just kind of meandered its way forward?
Make a perception roll for me.
Thea will have a perception roll too.
You're behind them
Yeah,
and
Okay.
not in line of sight for that.
Nat
Okay.
20.
19.
You definitely saw it move.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're like, wait a minute. We've seen one of those before.
Can
know
I
what that is.
can I like whisper talk to Azathan from here to like say, hey, flower, 2:00, your position moving?
Yes.
Yeah. So do I hear that while I am in the process of delving deeper, or
You can't resist my charm.
As you're
Bless you.
dipping your hand in, you're trying to get really deep in here. After the initial chaos, you start to see that this place has been corrupted, if you will, changed. The mutations here have been purposeful, have been experimental. There are tons of different images that continue to scroll, but you're like, okay, there's been a lot of weird things trying to be grafted, melded, unattached, reattached, and the growths here still retain some of that connection that you had before, and that's why you can do this. But there is an undercurrent of, for lack of better terminology, what you would consider crimson. This is definitely cultish stuff, and they are just wrecking this place.
even more reason to kill them all?
And the mutation is not limited to the growth here. You get a very odd, primarily bipedal image. You don't really have a lot more context for it than that. You're like, I don't know who that is, but that is terrible.
Okay. Any key defining features that if I were to like something memorable enough that I could communicate and reference that to other people? Like any key features, anything aside from like writhing mass and bipedal horrors?
Um, you could almost claim that this person looks tribal, as if they were from Thardell.
Oh.
but something has gone terribly wrong.
Interesting.
Would it be like a mashup like the ones that were electrocuting us were, or different from that?
The Frankensteins
So
that had the electric pets.
a little,
Yeah.
not sort of.
Okay.
Just a different
But
variation on a theme.
Yeah, variations on the theme. Okay.
Those were constructs. This does not look like a construct.
This looks like a mutated person.
This looks like a mutated person who you're like, that doesn't look right. I don't think that's a thing we should deal with.
Time to go.
Okay. And with that revelation, I'm going to remove my hand from the water.
On the other hand, you realize that if there is a person or semblance of person that would be in charge of this area, that's probably that person.
Person responsible for all the pain of everything here.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the person we get to go kill. Great. I'm excited for this. I'm going to remove my hand from the puddle or from the pool.
Okay.
And hear Dundon's whisper warning.
And I'm making hand signals to you. Do we come to you? You come to us.
I will return to you.
Okay. Then we aren't moving.
That's there. This guy, her, is moving around.
Exactly.
It's a lot easier. It would be easier to fight it in these closer quarters than trying to drag it out here.
If it continues to come, otherwise we go ahead and flank it across the other side of the pool. Is what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Get to the high
are
ground
we
and then
talking-
fight from the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I
have.
was just thinking, are we tucking tailing and running to
No,
still
I was
find the
going.
monster?
I wanted to get here if I have to fight the monster, and we
Yes.
can. And how many people can we get snuck there before something goes down with the thing?
Okay.
Now that you're closer, I can have that conversation.
All right.
I think we should just avoid the central area for the time being entirely. Hit with the wings.
Okay, blanket it is.
So that mean we're going down? Down this way?
Let's take it slow while we move. I can identify that flower now that I can ID the flower they've seen moving, right?
Yep. You're like, I've seen one of those before. This was new before. Now I know.
You sneaky bitch. As we've left that area, I want to watch for a brief while to make sure and see if it continues to follow or if it returns like it's a sentry.
Oh, hold on.
It doesn't move.
Interesting.
So it's set to guard that spot. I'm thinking we go down here, go where the curtains were that Dundon found, and then see if that gets us around.
Well, isn't there a door or something right here?
No.
I think that's an alcove.
That is
Yeah,
a
it's an
wall.
alcove.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking here.
Oh, I see where you're.
Is this a door? That is a wall.
Is this a door? No, that's a rug.
That's Steve.
Thea's gonna write a children's book called "Is This a Door?"
Wow.
No, that's a Tarrasque.
No, that's a giant who's been standing here all along.
Can I open him? Yes, you can. Rip and
Technically,
tear.
technically, you can open anybody once.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of those things.
Yay.
Anything is a pinata if you hit it hard enough.
Yay!
Thea's gonna be having a hold of my ghost knife, so I see any invisible as we're making
And-
our way down.
Anything is a pinata if you hit it hard enough is Dundon's life story.
That's my autobiography.
Got a pinata shaped like Beast Boy. You know, you want to smack it.
Do we have any better picture of like what the curtains are? Because they really trouble me.
C actually wants to look behind him.
There's a reason why those are troubling curtains. You have discovered the shitter.
All right.
Mm.
You know what? That's all right. As long as the shitter doesn't get up and start attacking us, it's fine.
Oh, it's a mimic.
Ooh, the
Yeah.
worst. The worst. No, 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 no. We carry on.
World's cruelest mimic.
Yes.
Mm.
I can think of worse.
Uh,
Yes, I'm sure you can.
That doesn't mean we want to encounter it.
So is this
More shitters?
no, I was gonna say, is this higher up and we're still seeing over here, like the other room we were originally in, or is this a whole different room?
I think this is a whole different room.
This is
on
a whole
lower
different room.
level.
As you move into this
Okay.
area, you realize this looks like this sort of looks like it was a troop area. Like this is where
Oh, it's a barracks.
yeah, so like there's as you peek left and right here, there's these bunks off to the sides.
Okay.
And you know, there's the shitters in the corners out there, the curtains in front of them. There's the little let me get my thing set up here. There's this little alcove, but as you move here, you let me one more moment, please.
One
Please
moment
stand
while I
by.
drop the other shoe.
Oh.
Yeah, about that.
Oh, I don't
As you're
like that
poking around
measurement.
in there, you go around that corner and you see, and he sees you, and
Kill
you
him.
hear, "Hey, what are you
Just
doing
ask
here?"
him where the shitter is.
well, and when you say he says that, does he say it in common, or are we getting it in another language?
Actually, true. Uh, does Thea speak Dwarven?
I mean, I do.
I do.
No.
Right. So you have no idea what he just said. Dundon knows.
What did he say?
I
He said,
know.
"What are you doing here?" Basically.
I can probably respond. They sent us back for reinforcement.
Deception checks.
Oh. What's the? What'd you say?
Deception. Let's go.
Yep. Roll it.
Deception.
And you
Deception
get
versus insight.
yeah.
If it's a contested roll.
And yeah, no, there are
Unnatural 20.
no.
You actually you sense the hesitation. They there's two of them and they kind of stop and they're like, "What do you mean?" Everybody else went.
It's not going well.
But everybody went.
And it's
Well-
not going well.
Almost
And it-
everybody.
Why are you still here?
Well, it's our job just to sort of keep an eye on. Hey, wait a minute. Everybody roll initiative.
All right.
Yay!
And I
It was
get
good
to-
while it lasted.
Hey,
get-
A+ for engaging in diplomacy. Now we get to the
16.
other half of diplomacy.
gun.
The aggressive part of the negotiations.
Yes, yes. We must negotiate.
I had a friend who had a spaceship that he called the HMS Gunboat Diplomacy.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, where's my thing? I have.
Yadu, what'd you get?
14.
15.
Wait. As the thing gets 15. What did Elsbeth get?
5.
Nice. You're all the way at the back, though.
Yeah.
That's where an artillery piece should be.
What did Dundon get?
I got a 12.
Nice. And what's Thea got?
What?
16.
What I thought she said.
Yeah, I only rolled a 10. And then plus
Okay.
initiative.
It occurs to them that perhaps they're here specifically because of things like this. You're not supposed to be here. And that's when one of them actually looked at Azathan, who was speaking, and was like, wait a minute. So once again, you have not encountered the sharpest troops, and perhaps that's why they're here on rear guard duty. However,
Yes. Oh, God damn.
They are good at getting big.
Is that his move?
that is both of them charging forward and making an attack with their big fat silly warhammers that war picks rather that were laying there by their bunks.
One, Thea's got uncanny dodge, but two, what is it? One of my underhanded. I'm going to use my reaction to cause a melee attack back at him, at the one that's coming towards me.
Ooh.
Okay, so he
And
does try to attack you, but you are apparently more dodgy than he is used to, and he misses you badly. Gets his pick caught up in the curtain.
And he provokes the one that comes at me provokes an opportunity attack, so I get a swing at it before my turn. Because he came into my halberd range.
He, however, does actually strike at you fairly effectively.
Mm-hmm.
I believe a 22 will hit.
It will.
He does, in fact, hit you and gives you 14 points of damage.
Okay.
May I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
There's some technicality here that could be in play here. You're attacking it with the your weapon as a halberd, right?
Yes.
Which has reach.
Yes.
What's the range on the war pick?
He's actually gone up to large size.
So he gets reach as well. We have equal reach.
Well.
Cool, that's fine then.
It just means I basically get an additional attack because I'm using react plus my normal turn.
Yeah. If you manage to stop him and
if I crit him with this, technically I shouldn't take the damage. Because the polearm master, I should be able to get in the first shot. Because it's an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
But if I don't crit, I'll take the damage and then roll my regular attacks.
Okay, so go ahead. And Thea, give your...
Never mind. So that was a 1.
Oh, goodness. I forget our critical fumble rules for health.
we don't have them. We don't have anything specific. We've led it up to you.
Oh
Here,
dear.
hold this.
Mortals.
Fumble chart. Here we go. I didn't even have it out. Look at that. That's terrible. Let's go to the fabulous fumble chart.
I
I'm
haven't
so
needed
excited
it
for
since, Thea tripped on the first encounter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll let you do it. Roll a percentage for me.
Alrighty.
Oh dear.
I love this chart. We haven't had it in such a long
99.
time.
You feeling lucky?
99.
God
Oh dear.
It's
damn.
really good or really bad.
Oh, it's really bad, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Only 2 options.
Instant
Yeah.
death. I decapitated myself. So I can work on that barbarian level 1, right?
It's like the Minbari fighting pike. It shrinks down. You look at it.
So, you go to do your maneuver. You're like, I have this maneuver. And at the last second, you realize that you have completely miscalculated
Ooh.
And you're like, oh shit, Dundon would catch the butt end of that as I swing it around. So you endeavor to stop. And what amounts to what happens is that guy's hit comes right through your guard
Mhm.
with your own handle, gong, off your own head.
Ooh. Oh.
So stunned, prone. What's the status effect?
Stunned, and you get an additional 4 points.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh
A
dear.
total of 18.
Yep, I got it.
That is not fun.
All right, I do have a question. Well, I don't know who goes first, second,
So
third, 12th.
Thea gets her reaction, right?
That is
Your return to sender.
14. 14.
14 to hit.
Oh, no. Sorry. I was ahead of the game. I have a 21.
Okay, that does hit. We'll go with the 14.
How many rounds is Yadu stunned?
Well, we're going to see if it matters first. So, Thea, it's now your turn for your regular attack. That was your reaction. Your underhanded thing.
Okay, then I'm going to continue with going with 2 hits with my daggers, and then I'm going to disengage just out of reach of whenever that gets out of the hurt.
Okay.
Or,
Give me a 2-hit roll for each dagger.
all right, I got a the first one is a 22.
Hits.
Second one is a 15. I have a 19.
Also hits. Give me damage for both.
All right. That'd be a 19 total. Combination of both.
Okay. Azathan, you are behind Yadu, who has just bumped his head, but you are next.
Okay. You know, I'm sure there are other uses of my time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move up. So I put him in the AoE. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at Dundon. I'm going to place a hand on his shoulder. Have fun and cast Enlarge on Dundon.
I feel like he just said 2 can play at that game.
Pretty much. That's exactly what he's doing.
You know, in my question was going to be, since I've been behind the pillar when he came running up, did he not see me? And I might be able to have advantage on him.
Well,
But
to be
honestly,
You have a
This
why
is way
bother?
This is way funnier.
I mean, to be fair, you do have advantage because he's focused on Yadu, and you're technically flanking right now.
Well, Yadu's stunned. It might not matter.
If not
And-
him, then me.
It is now Dundon's turn.
Actually, before the end of my turn, I need him to make not Dundon.
Oh.
I need him to make me a con save here real quick.
No.
All right, sweet. So glad. Let me just double check the rules for this because it's been a minute. Where the fuck did that go?
You can
All
tell
right.
we've been on side quests if we don't even remember our attacking things anymore.
That is 6 points of necrotic damage, just as he enters the spore cloud. And
Okay.
rude. Dundon, hit him in the face.
Uh, 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 21.
Hits.
Uh, 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 6 damage. Well, actually, hold on a second.
Does he get more damage for being supersized?
I was going to say,
Yeah. How's that going to
Extra
work?
D4.
Also, what did you roll to only get 6?
Yeah, that's I'm rolling a 1d8 here.
And you rolled a 6
Yeah.
and didn't add your magic plus and didn't add your strength.
Right. That's
Or
what I
your
was just saying. Wait a
proficiency.
second. I
Yeah.
said 6, but so that's 12, 13, 14, 15.
Proficiency is not on
proficiency.
damage. No, not on
Oh.
damage.
Just to
Oh,
hit.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just a hit.
What's
D8 plus strength plus magic of your weapon. That's it.
E8?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
6, 12, 30, 40, 15,
Right.
plus the extra 4 because I hit puberty.
So roll a D4.
And that is a 2.
Okay, so 17.
There you go.
Now
Now,
you get a second attack.
for my second attack, I'm
Yes,
going to
Owens.
do much the exact same thing.
Yes.
Second
Second
and
verse,
first,
same as the
as
first.
first.
Uh, 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 19. God, I can't think today. Sorry, it's been a day. I'm having trouble adding. So that's 19 to hit.
Oh, and don't worry about damage because he's an expatriate.
He's already dead. Why am I bothering? Why are you doing this to me?
dude, you're like, pong, pong, done.
Okay.
You grew extra big, and you just walloped him.
He grew 3 sizes too large.
Yes, you just grinched him into a paste.
So yeah, this will be interesting. How long does this last for, Azathan?
A minute.
Technically, as long as I want, up to a minute.
Thea's gonna quickly check the bodies, just make sure there's no keys or anything.
No.
All right.
I appreciate the brand consistency. Okay.
Does that mean my liquor has grown extra size too?
Not really.
Oh well. Okay.
Yes,
If it did grow, the problem is it becomes less effective with that.
Yeah, the potency goes down by the square.
your ABV, yeah. And no one wants low power whiskey.
He's drinking Zima.
There's no such thing as low powered dwarven whiskey.
Yeah, let's follow the giant.
Yeah, he is.
They're not
Essentially,
gonna put traps in a barracks.
Correct.
Yeah.
You do
Yep.
find at the far end that there are weapons racks off to the side.
Mhm.
But that's really the extent of, I mean, this isn't, most of the stuff here has been, it's gone essentially with the folks who are
Yeah.
out at your distraction.
These are all the pool cues that bend slightly.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm assuming I can fit through here.
Yes.
If you get to a point where you cannot fit, I will remove the effect of the spell. But for now, all of these seem wide enough. Because if the Dwergar can get to your size and they live here, you should be able to fit.
Okay. As you round that corner, you see that there is another gated opening. There are bars and another large lock.
Lock as in
like a padlock.
Really?
Yes.
What is Thea seeing down there?
Okay, you peek around the corner. A bunch of squirrely little alcoves, but as you look in here, and in there being to your screen right.
Yep.
This is where there's evidence of work. There is a specific hole that has been carved out through the end of that alcove,
Yeah.
and there's a tunnel, and it definitely looks as though, as part of, if you recall, as part of the strategy, they thought they were endeavoring to sort of dig through to create this other opening.
Mm-hmm.
This definitely looks like that.
Okay, so do we want to see what's behind door number 1, or do we want to go down door number 2?
To check behind what's behind door number
Yeah,
one.
let's have Thea pop 1, and then we'll do 2 after that.
we-
Sure,
we
but
should-
which one was door 1?
The
one in front of
Dungeon's
me.
by.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we need to clear this place out before we go venturing
Oh,
down
that I get
tunnels.
turned.
So as you get up to the bars and peek in, you see that essentially what this amounts to is vaguely a prison. And I say vaguely because the only thing you really see in there now are bones.
Gotcha.
So now at the back of it, because I can't see through Dundon's Dwemer. It does end. Okay. So we can write that off our list.
Yeah.
I will note before we discuss going through the tunnel, the botanical area. There is a section at the back with more stone flooring, so odds are there's still more stuff there.
I mean,
Is-
yeah, well, we should, before we go down this tunnel, we should clear this area so we don't get snuck up on.
I'm
means
gonna
we're-
look behind the curtain.
I'll go. We should make sure this place is clear, and that may include killing off this sentry. But-
That is most definitely going to be triggered the moment we go through that door because of how close we are now.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but we can also swing back through the
Are
other
these-
direction.
Oh, and wrap around.
Yeah,
Is this stairs here?
That is a stair
Okay.
leading down into that area. The piece directly at the top of the stair, there's a handrail that comes up, and it does stop at essentially what amounts to like a 3/4 height wall.
Okay.
But you can see, you haven't quite gone around the 3/4 height wall yet to peek over there.
Peek, peek.
Well, actually, as tall as you are, you peek over the top of the 3/4 height wall.
Yeah.
Let me first of all.
Yeah, no hiding anything on the top shelf for Dundon right now.
Right?
It should be ending soon.
Okay.
So this is what it's like to be like, all right.
You can see, or you peek over the top of that wall, you can see up at the front of this garden where it turns, there's a sort of an edge and a step up, and you can see this looks like some form of a more official area, if you will. I don't know how to really sort of
Almost like
explain that
does
more.
that look like a throne to me, that chair?
It kind of does. It kind of does. It looks a little ratty and not particularly throne-like, but that is sort of the concept.
I'm going to share that information with everyone.
And you can see there's inside. This looks like the end of a church, right?
Yeah.
And in the center of that is this little structure with a little wooden cap on it that looks like someone went, "Oh, I'm going to put a room here because this is my place now."
Any sound of that voice we heard earlier, because we heard it around this area.
Yeah, the
Yes.
mumble.
That is 100% where the mumbling is coming from.
Inside of this here thing.
Yes.
Yonder. Okay. I'll share that information. Do we want to go investigate the mumbler, or I mean, how do we want to do this? Because I'm pretty sure Mr. Flowerpot's gonna recognize us stepping into his domain.
Well,
I
and
thi-
that
I
if
think. I think we should swing back around, clear out this other side just to make sure that we don't get any surprises, and then we can cut down through here and across. I'm not sure if it only senses us when we're on that green space, or what its issue, or if it's only on that level, because it stopped chasing us when we left that area initially. So I think we cut down and around, and then we take a quick cut across from the other stairwell.
all right, back out.
Okay.
Imagine dungeon should be shrinking about now.
Yes.
Yeah, oh yes.
What
Gets a little
are
wobbly.
you doing?
I don't know. I screwed it up.
There you go. That's more like your size now.
I think he's still a little. He's either wider or thinner because
There
that
we go.
circle is ovular. There you go.
It's an oblate spheroid.
All right, so Thea's in front, 2 fighters behind her.
Evidently, Azathan wants to take a jog up front too.
We're just moving things along.
We're going up
Okay.
this way, right?
No,
Or
no,
were you
no.
talking
No,
about-
other hallway.
Yep.
Yeah, this way.
More curtains.
More curtains. More shitters.
Yep.
Pay no attention to the man in the shitter.
It's probably a couple more guards
Man,
if it stays symmetrical.
where's oh man. Where's fucking
Do you push through the curtain? Yes. Hey, guess what? What? You hear
Cool.
something that sounds, Thea, it sounds vaguely like what you heard before.
Stab.
Yeah, I was gonna say Thea's gonna just react and it's just gonna go up and
All right.
Initiative.
back.
Surprise. You're going to get surprised
Surprise
and then
round?
do initiative.
Okay.
surprise round? She can go the distance.
Dirty 20
Going
and
the
then
distance.
a 22 for the second hit. For my
Oh, those
attack.
both hit.
Oh boy.
And you said I get sneak with this?
Uh,
Do you get
Did she
advantage
have
on
it-
a surprise
Or
round?
advantage on a surprise. Okay.
Well, if she has advantage on the attack, she can sneak attack off it.
Right. My question is, do you get advantage with a surprise round?
Technically, no.
Okay.
Sorry, give me one moment.
Yeah, if she were an assassin rogue, that would be different.
That's
Mhm.
why I'm confused.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going like, doesn't she?
So then that's
Assassin
an 18
rogues.
damage.
Yeah.
what do you what?
18 damage total for between both hits.
That makes him particularly unhappy. But not deceased, so he starts to yell.
Oh.
Does Dunn get a chance to break his skull before he can do that?
Yep. What do you got?
Ooh, crack his fucking egg, Dundon.
I've got 21.
Hits.
This is 17.
About that.
That's more like it.
If you kill him fast enough, there's no alarm.
Oh,
However,
he did get on a squeak.
he did. It was sort of that in Princess Bride when she starts to scream, "Ah!"
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. He got one of those out. However, his buddy heard that. Whoa. And comes dashing around the corner. Now we can do an initiative thing because he's going to charge in.
Two-Face gets.
Yeah.
I already rolled my initiative, so I know what it is.
Ooh, planning.
Okay. Yadu,
12.
Elsbeth.
21.
Ooh.
Reverse it.
Dundon, what do you got?
I got a 16.
Okay. As then.
5.
Sounds so angry about it too.
There's one in every bunch.
That was me last fight.
That was me
Yeah.
last fight.
It's all right. I get to save a spell slot this time.
Thea.
13.
Okay, so Elsbeth, you do get first. Are you going to
Alright.
hold your action since you're way back around the corner hiding out?
Measure some distance quick. I need.
He's just gonna yell duck and not even look wait to see if we duck or not. It's purely gonna be just chaos.
Right? And it's just like,
Yes, I didn't ask you how big the room is. I said I cast Fireball.
Cool. That means I can pop over here next to Yadu.
I'm still shaking off the effects of getting clunked in the noggin.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. I somehow grabbed Dundon.
Hey, it's all good.
We've all wanted to at least once.
Well, yeah,
He's not our type.
What,
doesn't
living?
matter.
No, he has too much equipment. Move up a little more. And, can
Innuendo.
Dwergar there
not an
make me a
Italian
con
porn.
save?
Sure. Ooh. He might have actually made it. Hang on. $19. Look at that.
Oh, fuck, he made it.
What was it against?
My DC of 17.
Okay. But was it like a
Save for
spell
half
or a
or
poison? Or
Yeah, it was one of my spells.
Okay. Yeah, actually. Okay, cool.
So, he only takes 2 necrotic damage and nothing else happens. Sorry, I couldn't knock him prone.
Right.
That guy's deceased. Oh, there's the other guy. Okay. Dundon,
Yes, sir.
you're up. This
I'm
guy came
gonna
charging out.
hammer time him. I got 21. God damn
Hits.
it. So annoying. 6, 15.
Okay.
And then second is a 22 to hit,
Hits.
and 14.
Pretty sure he's dead.
Yes.
I mean, he may have like a protective codpiece. You don't know.
Let me help you with that.
Oh, his codpiece must have been in the shop.
All right, everybody move forward with speed. We're not going to assume the Varix is trapped. Let's rock.
Are we? Okay.
I saved a spell slot. It's very economic.
Well, wait,
Right.
I'm not giant anymore.
Let's-
What am I doing? Just sprinting ahead.
Let's stop here for just a moment.
Yep.
Oh,
It is our normal stopping time.
Okay.
Do we want to save the finale here for our next session?
Yes.
it may be wise.
I have the feeling that might be a better option just because this could get messy.
Yeah.
I
enough.
agree with you.
Somebody write that down.
It's gonna get messy.
Indeed.
He was so happy when this game started tonight. I know it's going to get messy.
Hey now.
Don't
You're an
dream, it's
all-star.
over.
All right, let's find the
Yeah,
button.
I know how you DM, Eric. Vague terms aren't
What?
Button
No.
warnings. They're
Who's got
they're
the-
not paranoia.
They're threats.
No. Would I threaten all of you?
Yeah.